Here.
It's an absolute pleasure to us always to come and visit you down here in Brighton. I love coming to Brighton. It actually feels like I was only here like a couple of weeks ago. And at that particular time, we was able to bring some Americans across who gave us some really inspiring stories about the fight for 15 in America. I mean, and if you see what those people are doing over there, you understand why the government is attacking trade unions over here, because they know if you're going to destroy the class, if you're going to destroy us, then they have to destroy the organisations that stand for organised labour, because that's the reason why this government is going forward with this anti-trade union bill. And I think what we need to do and what we need to understand as an organisation in the Labour Party and in the wider movement is the opportunity that the election of Jeremy Corbyn gives us. Because for the first time, I believe we have an opportunity to build a movement that recognises that the successes of the Labour Party didn't come from a Collins Is that what it is? Okay. Practice. What I want to say is, you know, the last time we was probably meeting in Brighton, there was the opportunity to change the Labour Party. To change the Labour Party.
Okay, let's be clear, right? Let's be absolutely clear.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm struggling here. When we came to Brighton a couple of years ago, that was followed by the Collins Review. We opposed the Collins Review. I'll tell you why we opposed the Collins Review. Because we believed it was anti-democratic. So I stand here before you tonight, say I apologise, because I'll tell you what, it's the best thing the establishment of the Labour Party ever did. But what we need to do now is understand the role that we must perform. The role that we must perform. We must recognise that across the Labour movement, in every section of our society, we have to build a movement that's unstoppable, that ensures that our socialism that was used in the whole of the day is carried out in every town, in every city, including all those people on the left that are bringing every single faction together to fight under the banner in favour of a Labour government that for the first time since 1945 will talk about the reinstatement of the welfare state, making sure welfare for the young to the old, making sure we have homes for people to live in, making sure that we go back not to affordable housing but to the building of council houses, because that's what people want. We want a home. We want to see a government in place that says we don't deal with unemployment by creating a system called workfare. We don't deal with unemployment, or we don't deal with low pay by making people live in poverty, by making their benefits taken away from them. We deal with unemployment by saying we commit to a policy of full employment to give every single person in this country the opportunity and the ability to work. And those people who are unable to work, we make sure that we use our taxes to fund the welfare system that gives them the ability to live with dignity. Yes! It's a benefit that we now have the opportunity to build. And that's why it's important. It's important that we understand the role that we all play in this room. That's why it's critical that the role we take back to your constituency parties, to those streets, to those areas where you go to school with your kids, to supermarkets where you do shopping. You get this message to it. If you want a society for everyone, you join a movement for change. That's the common opportunity that now is set in front of us. And the other thing that we also need to do is understand the trade union bill. Because the trade union bill, I've never had so much problem with a microphone back now. The trade union bill is a dagger aimed at the heart of the trade union movement. It's a dagger. It's a dagger that if it strikes deep enough, then any opportunity to change our society will be gone. And that's why it's important that the people inside the Labour Party understand that we are now faced with a huge opportunity, but a potential for a huge disaster. And that's why we don't have opportunities for factions, infighting or division. We have to unite and fight, because when laws are unjust, resistance becomes duty. The difference between a worker and a slave is the right to withdraw your labour. And that's why we need to understand our duty to unite, to build a movement, and to say, wherever we are in our community, when they take that bill for its next reading, we commit to taking to the streets. We will make sure that these people will hear we oppose their anti-democratic policies. We will stand by our trade union. We will fight against these people who want to take our human rights and our trade unions away from us. We will work with those people who believe in democracy, and if it's necessary, we will take the necessary action, which includes civil disobedience, which includes, if necessary, whether the TUC accepts it or not, we call on every trade union leader to support the call. If they move that bill and we can't defend ourselves, to call our final call, a general strike is about time. We have a duty to go back to every town and city in this country. We have a duty to work with organisations that we may have thought at some time was not our friends or on our side. We have a duty. We have a duty to work together. We have a duty to make sure that our children's lives are better than ours, because that's what socialism is all about. It was about building a future for us and a better future for our families for tomorrow. To stand together, fight together, we will win together. Solidarity.
And that, comrades, is why we call them the Mighty Bakers.